Good morning, students. Welcome you to the 25th lecture of Engineering Thermodynamics. Today we will discuss, before going to the numerical problems, we'll discuss entropy generation. Till now, we have discussed how to quantify entropy difference, entropy change of a system, and entropy change of the system, how it is related to a differential term called dq by t. Under what circumstances this change in entropy ds is equal to dq by t? Under what circumstances this ds is greater than dq by t? All these things we have already discussed. We have also discussed the various causes of entropy change, and we learned that entropy of a system increases or decreases due to two reasons. One is external region and one is internal region. The external region is dq by t, that means external heat interaction, depending on whether heat is crossing the boundary and getting into the system or crossing the boundary and going out of the system. dq by t will be either positive or negative, and accordingly that factor will contribute towards the rise or drop in entropy of the system. Or if it is an adiabatic process, no heat transfer across the boundary, then in that case that external factor will remain silent, will not contribute towards the change in entropy. But the second factor is internal irreversibility, that encompasses the noise, turbulence, heat generation due to friction, wear and tear, dissipative effects, all these things taken together, they are all coined into one word, that is irreversibility. And that irreversibility causes, always it is a positive quantity, and therefore it always causes a rise in entropy of the system. So while the first term may cause rise or drop in entropy, or often cause no change in entropy, but the second cause, that is internal irreversibility, if present or if the process is an irreversible one, then it will always cause or always results in a rise in entropy of the system during a process. Now, to be precise, ds is change in entropy, and this is dq by t plus dsi, the I for irreversibility. And as I told you, this I or dsi is change in entropy due to all the dissipative forms of energy like noise, friction, turbulence, etc., etc., and their job is to make the entropy increase for the system during a process, because some kind of heat is generated during this noise, friction and turbulence. Okay. Now this is, if you integrate this, then what happens? This is your SF minus SI, change in entropy, is due to the external region, that is dq by t 1 to 2 or I to F, and dsi. Okay. Now this term is change in entropy this is due to the external interaction with the surroundings. That means this is causing a entropy rise or a drop in the system depending on how much heat is transferred to or from the system. That means this is entropy transfer, and this is what? This is inevitable. If it is an irreversible process, all these things will be present and they will generate some entropy, and that entropy will get registered in the system, in the universe, and that is, you can say that much of entropy is produced. Okay, it was not there, it has not been transferred, but it has been produced due to the dissipative features like noise, turbulence, wear and tear, friction, etc. So this is entropy production or entropy generation. Alright. So we can write it as entropy change of a system is equal to entropy transferred plus entropy generation. Entropy generation. Okay. So this is something you must understand, and you should have a clear distinction between the terms entropy change, entropy transfer, and entropy generation. All the three terms are entropy difference terms. All the three terms are ds terms, but one is the final entropy minus initial entropy of a system during a process, that is SF minus SI, that is entropy change. Okay, entropy change. Entropy transfer is the entropy change due to transfer of heat, and transfer of heat can be to the system or from the system. Depending on that, the entropy transfer will be from the system or to the system. Okay, so ds transfer plus ds generation. So entropy change is entropy transfer plus entropy generation, or entropy generation is change in entropy of the system minus dq by t. For a system, for a process to be efficient, for a process to be involving less amount of energy loss, for a process to be more ideal, this part, entropy generation, which is arising out of the dissipative effects, should be as less as possible, and for a reversible process this is 0. For a reversible process this part is 0. So entropy change is just entropy is equal to entropy transfer. Here entropy generation for a reversible process is 0. So change in entropy is same as integration dq by t, which we have already discussed earlier. So try to, why I am writing these steps, because I want you to make a clear distinction between entropy change of the system, entropy transfer, that change might be due to transfer or due to generation or due to both. So that has got two components. One is entropy transfer. Entropy transfer happens because of things happening across the boundary, and entropy generation happens because of things happening inside the boundary, the internal things like friction, turbulence, noise, etc. I have been telling these things repeatedly because these three terms must be clearly understood by you. And for a reversible process, the entropy generation part is not present because the dissipative effects are not present. So in that case, entropy change of the system is simply numerically equal to, quantitatively equal to the entropy transfer because of interaction across the boundary. Okay. So with this we will see that we will go back to the principle of entropy for the universe, which says that entropy of the universe can never decrease. It keeps increasing all the time and is tending towards a maximum. And in the last class I gave you an example that there is a system A or body A, there is a body B which is part of its surroundings, and this body and body B are kept inside, are viewed to be in a control volume beyond which no interaction is taking place of the other things with the A and B. Only A is giving heat because A is at higher temperature, and B is receiving heat. And we saw that in this process, which is very much possible in nature, what is happening? A is losing some energy and B is absorbing exactly that much of energy, because there is no energy loss anywhere beyond the control volume. So heat energy lost is equal to energy gained, and that satisfies the law of conservation of energy. But when we come to calculating the entropy loss and entropy gain, then because A is losing some energy, heat energy, A is suffering from entropy loss, and because B is absorbing heat energy, B is getting some energy as a gain, entropy as a gain. So entropy lost by A, entropy gained by B, if these two terms, these two quantities are added together, then unlike Q, where it was the sum was 0, here the sum was not 0, sum was greater than 0. We will take another example. Say a simple example. Say 1 kg of ice. 1 kg of ice is melting at 0 degrees centigrade. The atmospheric temperature is 20 degrees centigrade. Find the entropy change of the universe when whole of the ice melts and becomes water at 0 degree centigrade. The question is, you place a block of ice, 1 kg ice, which is at 0 degree centigrade, place it on the table inside this room, and the room temperature is 20 degree centigrade as per the question. Okay. So what will happen? The ice will start melting because it is kept in an environment where the temperature is higher than that of the block of ice. Now there are two, heat transfer will now take place spontaneously, naturally, without any effort, whether you like it or not. Heat transfer will take place. Now question is, who are the agencies which will be involved in this heat transfer? One is the surroundings or the atmosphere, which will give heat because it is at higher temperature, and the block of ice, which will gain heat. Now we will find out in this process of heat transfer, as a result, physically what will happen? The ice will melt and will become water at 0 degree centigrade, and it will not stop there. Of course, after that the water temperature also will go up, but the question says that till whole of the ice melts into water at 0 degree centigrade, we have to find out what is the entropy change of the universe. Now who are the components of universe here? One is the atmosphere, one is the block of ice. चलो block of ice को ले लो, उसको system ले लो. So that 1 kg block of ice is the system. Now that is going to gain energy, heat energy, and the atmosphere is losing energy. So in this process, how much will be the entropy change? That we have to find out. And entropy change of the block of ice, entropy change of the atmosphere, if you add them both, we will see whether they are giving, the sum is coming out to be 0 or other than something other than 0. And it is expected that in the light of principle of entropy, the sum should be always greater than 0. Okay, because we are not conserving energy, and entropy is not conserved, entropy of the universe keeps increasing. Okay, so this is the question. Now please note the question, and we will try to solve it one by one. So there is a system and there is a surrounding. This is the block of ice, this is the system, and this is the surrounding. this is at 20 degree centigrade, this is at 0 degree centigrade. So heat transfer will take place from this to this. Now what will happen to the block of ice? So change in entropy for the ice, that is a system, will be how much? This is absorbing energy, alright. So it will be how much energy? dq by t. So dq by t. So what is dq? Mass of ice into the latent heat of fusion, because this, you know, at atmospheric pressure, at atmospheric temperature and pressure, atmospheric condition, the latent heat of fusion of ice is how much? Latent heat of fusion of ice is 80 calorie per gram, or 80 into 4.2, 333 kilojoules per kg. Okay, so 333 kilojoules per kg. Clear? $80 into 4.2, 333 kilojoules per kg. Now by divided by temperature, temperature is how much? 0 degree, converted to Kelvin 273. So mass is 1, this is 333 divided by 273. So you get 333 by 273. What are the units? This is kg, this is kilojoules per kg, this is k. So you have kilojoules per k, kilojoules per k. And this is obviously, there is no minus sign here, no minus sign here, because this is heat gain. Alright. Now who is losing heat? The surrounding is losing heat. And how much heat is it? It is losing the same amount of heat. Whatever heat the ice has absorbed and has become water, that heat has come from the surroundings. So surrounding is the agency or the agent which has given away this heat. So what is the magnitude? M into LF, same, M into LF divided by what? Divided by the temperature at which surrounding is giving it. And surrounding is so vast that just by giving few calories of heat or few joules of heat, its temperature is not going to be affected. It is an infinite reservoir. So in case of the surroundings, the temperature is how much? 20 degrees centigrade. 20 degrees centigrade means 273 plus 20, that many Kelvin. And I have to put a minus sign here, because this is the amount of heat which the surrounding is actually losing or giving to the block of ice. So this will be minus 333 divided by 293. So entropy change of the system is this much, entropy change of the surrounding is this much. Now entropy change of the universe, entropy change of the universe as a result of this heat transfer is what? You know, universe consists of surrounding and system. So entropy change of the system plus entropy change of the surrounding. Your universe constitutes of system and surrounding. So system का कितना entropy change हुआ by this process of melting of ice at 0 degree centigrade, और entropy change surroundings का कितना हुआ during this process of ice melting at 0 degree centigrade. दोनों को हम add करेंगे. जो heat दे रहा है, one who is giving heat is losing entropy, one who is gaining heat is gaining entropy. So plus sign for entropy gain, minus sign for entropy loss, and we are going to add them together and see what is happening. So if you do this, then entropy change of the universe is how much? Entropy change of the universe will be 333 by 273 minus 333 by 293, जो मिलेगा that much kilojoules per Kelvin. Now look, the numerators are same, the denominator here is smaller, here is bigger, so obviously this is a smaller quantity, and the difference of this will be positive. The difference of this will be positive, and it has to be positive because entropy change of the universe will always be positive, because as per the principle of entropy, which is general statement, which says entropy of the universe will always keep increasing, it never decreases, it keeps increasing and it keeps tending towards a maximum. And the mystery is that nobody knows where the maximum is, when the maximum is, and what the maximum is. But entropy has been increasing and increasing. Actually, you might have heard somewhere that entropy is a measure of degenerateness. Okay, and many of you maybe may have memorized this as definition of entropy also. Entropy is a measure of degenerateness. But still now I have not uttered this word degenerateness, because what is this degenerateness? Actually, because of this entropy generation of the universe, continuous entropy rise of the universe, there are degenerateness everywhere. So there are molecular degenerateness, there are degenerateness in the energy pattern, there are degenerateness in the system, there are degenerateness in the natural happenings. So all these things are happening, all these unnatural things are happening because of one single reason, that is entropy generation. Just because entropy is rising, the degenerateness in the society, in the countries, in the earth, in the planet, in the nature, in the surroundings, in the oceans, in the mountains, the degenerateness is increasing. So the root cause, if you go on analyzing things, is because of entropy generation. Alright? So we have to understand it very philosophically. Entropy generation is not desirable. That's why on the Students' Day I wished you all a life of reversibility, and I wish that there should be less irreversibility, because if there is less irreversibility, the second part, entropy generation part, will also be less. So there will be less entropy generation in your life, and less entropy generation means less degenerateness, and your life will be more ordered. It will be functioning in a more orderly manner. So philosophically, spiritually, if you think of entropy, entropy generation is something which is undesirable. But because of the chaotic nature of the processes that are taking place, the unnecessary burning of fuel, unnecessary combustion, the crowding of the vehicles, the rampant afforestations, so all these things are contributing towards entropy generation. Okay, so the planet can be saved only when the entropy generation is minimized, so that the degenerateness can also be minimized. Clear? So before I stop, I am giving you a homework. You can do a similar problem. Here what we did with a 1 kg block of ice melting at 0 degree centigrade. We can extend this problem to little further, and we can say that a block of ice is kept in an environment which is at 27 degrees centigrade. Okay, so what will happen? The block of ice will melt, and then it will become water at 0 degree centigrade. But that will not stop there. The water temperature also will go on increasing, because the outside temperature is 27 degrees centigrade, and the heat transfer from surrounding to water will keep on continuing till the water becomes 27 degrees centigrade. So this process is also naturally possible. So let us find out what is the entropy change of the universe as a result of this happening. Okay. Now write problem. A block of ice at 0 degree centigrade is kept in a room at temperature 27 degree centigrade. It melts into water and comes to be in thermal equilibrium with the surroundings at 27 degrees centigrade. Find the change in entropy of the universe. So find the change in entropy of the universe. Now this is an extension to the previous problem. In the previous problem it was 0 degree centigrade and it was only melting at 0 degree centigrade, and when it had melted, whole of the ice had melted to water at 0 degree centigrade, we found out what is the change in entropy of the universe. But now a block of ice at 0 degree centigrade is kept inside a room. The room temperature is 27 degrees centigrade, that is 300 Kelvin. So what will happen? In a spontaneous manner, spontaneously the ice will melt, will become water at 0 degree centigrade. Then its temperature will further rise, and the heat transfer from the surroundings to water will continue till it reaches a temperature of 27 degrees centigrade. And when the water temperature comes to the level of room temperature, we say they are in thermal equilibrium with each other. Okay. So till that point, 0 degree to 0 degree and then 0 degree to 27 degrees centigrade. By this transition, while this transition or during this transition, the ice will absorb energy and subsequently the water will absorb energy from the surrounding. So how much energy it will absorb, how much entropy it will gain, that will be the entropy change for the system, because that 1 kg of H2O, whether it is ice or water, we are considering it as the system. And how much energy the surroundings will give at 300 K, according to that or based on that you can calculate what is the entropy lost by the surrounding by giving that much of heat to the water. So entropy gained by the block of ice, entropy lost by the surrounding, together is to be added, and that result, whether it is coming to be 0 or more than 0, that we will see. And in all probability, according to the law of entropy, the sum total of entropy lost by the surrounding plus entropy gained by the ice will always be positive. So this you try, okay, this you try. Here you have to use the term specific heat for water, because when water temperature will go from 0 degree to 27 degree centigrade, the dq will be ms delta theta, that is m is 1 kg, s is specific heat of water, and then change in temperature is 27 minus 0. But what is S? Specific heat of water. Specific heat of water is how much? Specific heat of water is, don't write 1, you might have memorized it as 1, but that is 1 calorie per gram. So here you have to write 4.2 kilojoules per kg K. That is the specific heat of water. So try this problem and make sure that you are going to get entropy change for the universe, entropy change of the universe, a positive quantity. Okay, this much for today. Next class we will start thermodynamic relations. Thank you.